Alright, so we're doing something different for a change. Playing some old DOS games. Now this here is Crescent Hawks Revenge, which is one of the oldest real-time strategy games ever. Almost 30 years ago it was released. It's also one of the earliest BattleTech games put forth in a computer format. So let's start it up and let's play.
Infocom presents the Crescent Hawks Revenge.
The main menu, which is pretty limited on options. You know, for a 30-year-old game, it's limited. So you shouldn't expect much. You got the music, you got the sounds, and it's one of the earliest games to incorporate voice acting to a degree. It's basically just voice clips. And you got your input, mouse, whoops. Damn it, hold on. Keyboard, which is usually a lot easier to play with in this one. Alright, just a moment, and start up the game. Now you start off basically, okay, you start off where you did the previous game, which was Crescent Hawks Inception. You start off with Lance Command, which is okay. In BattleTech, you got lances, companies, battalions, and regiments. Lance is the smallest designation for a unit, which is 4 battle mechs, and it can be any kind of composition. And here you got the story and all that. There's not much for a story, since the emphasis was more on the action. And you begin looking for the Hellhounds base, which is one of the most famous mercenary units in the entire franchise. Okay, and as you can tell, this is using the stock loadouts for 3025, which is the typical intro-level technology for a BattleTech game. And you got okay, and Young Bud is your player character. You want to give him the heaviest stuff you can get. So we put him in the Griffin, which is a 55-ton medium mech. And this is all Inner Spirit technology. You cannot actually access clan technology in this game. Well, technically you can, but it's not part of the main story. You got an Enforcer, which, if I remember correctly, is a 50-ton mech. Then you got the Phoenix Hawk at 45, and you got this at 40. Now, something important to note is you'll never be able to use your 4th mech. You'll see why shortly, but the first 3 will be able to be used later on. The 4th one is never used. So, it's pretty throwaway. You generally want to have at least these 2, because these have a lot of damage potential. And if you look at the J at each speed, that means that it has jump jets equipped to it. So, you want to have jump jet capability. Gives you a little bit more mobility. Once you got your mechs completed, or rather you've chosen, go through. And here we are going towards the Hellhound base, which is Lyon. And a lot of this game is based off of canon, except for some parts later on, which are kind of muddied up for story, for purposes of gameplay. When I get to it, if I get to it, I'll explain it. But you want to be careful on what you pick on early on, because unlike And here we're getting jumped by Draconis Combine aerospace fighters. Now, how did Draconis Combine was able to get so deep in Steiner space without somebody other than the Cowls responding is kind of a hand waving thing right there. You got to kind of suspend disbelief because that's deep inside Steiner space, and you'd think they would notice, a fucking Draconis strike force coming through their neighborhood. And as you can tell, you lose your 4th mech. And your first mission is to go against a Corrida Locust. Now, Locust is a 20-ton light mech. It's also incredibly fast. But it's also got light armor and light weaponry. As you can tell here, it tells you straight up that the machine guns will fuck you up if you do not take him out. But he's also got the laser. But you're not alone because, hey, you got a Jenner. Unfortunately, he's pretty banged up. Now to pause the game for a moment and discuss more about it. Okay, so this is one of the earliest games that also has minor branching story paths, something that wasn't really done back then. Nowadays it's extremely common, but back then, this was new. This is just brand new, and in an RTS no less. Come on. So with that in mind, let's discuss a little bit more. Your choices early on can affect your gameplay later. And a lot of the early game is also RNG dependent, so you gotta be mindful of that. Here, the first RNG, you'll see in a moment. First off, let's move him to defensive position. He is a green mech warrior, so he's gonna be less, he's gonna be more hesitant about firing, and you can't really just let him go nuts or anything, because he doesn't have the experience of a regular or even an elite. So I keep him over here and speed up time. Okay, here comes the Locust. You get it, press it. Oh, F9. Okay, you want to slow down time a little bit, maximum so you get your bearings. Now, a lot of this is RNG. As you can tell, he got busted up pretty fast. He was at 100% before he came down. The Jenner's doing some serious damage to him. See, like I said, this is RNG, and he's going to keep missing a lot early on because he's a green mech player. Okay, what he's doing is he's circling around. He's really banged up. Sometimes the Locust will run away, and other times he'll just fight to the death. So what you want to do is, once he starts moving, I think I may have screwed up though, because you generally want to wait for him to go around here, then intercept him. So let's see. Yeah, okay, he is moving around. The AI in there, in this game is pretty predictable sometimes. Okay, slow down. You should be able to beat him at this point. This is the spot he wants to attack right there. Gotta be a little bit patient. And unlike most other games of the time, unlike games nowadays, this won't hold your hand. You can fail the first mission incredibly easily. So it is RNG. Whoops. Yeah, put an overburn, which takes their heat level up a little bit higher than they normally would go to. Just gotta wait for him to pop it. Speed up the time a little bit. Gotta be careful because you don't want to go to maximum setting and everything dying before you can react. Okay, he's really banged up now. A few more hits and he should drop dead. And there it is. You can lose the game. Like I said, you can lose the first mission. It does not hold your hand. Yeah, suspending your command of a dead guy, that's kind of funny, honestly. Replay scenario. So if you die as on the generator, or if the locust blows up the dropship, you lose. This game does not hold your hand. So we replay and get back up here. Speed up time a little bit. This time he's hitting it a lot more easily. Oh, look at that. See, RNG. Yep, that's what I was talking about. The generator can lose it, but you do not get your hand held. You gotta be careful and mindful of what's going on. So put him back here, and you should be able to defend easily. Keeping a mech inside water is actually beneficial towards your heat, because it'll help you cool off faster. Okay, looks like he's slowly getting them this time. Okay, or not. Come on. It's all RNG, honestly. Okay, looks like he's backing up a bit. Intercept again. Because like I said, if the locust goes this way, most of the time he's going to circle around. Rarely will he ever run away. It's incredibly RNG on whether or not he'll run or he'll stay. Most of the time he will stay. Speed up a little bit. Come on. Aha! There you go. See? Now he's incredibly busted up. If he runs away, he's going to die easily in the next fight, because he can come back later on if he runs away. And your command units will actually remark about that. Keep the generator intercepting. The locust is actually much faster than the generator, so it's kind of an outrun thing. Try to fire it well, see if that helps. Oh, the generator might be running away. He needs to go catch up though. Oh, yeah, you can see here is at dangerous heat levels. It tells you warm, hot, dangerous, and shut down. I think the locust is going to run away this time. Means he'll come back later at 30%. He's not going to be able to repair. Yeah, okay, the generator's too slow. He's not going to catch him. Yeah, okay, the Locust runs away this time. Yep. Generally speaking, what you want to do is you want to blow up the Locust to reduce how many more mechs you have to deal with shortly. As you can see here, the story is early on is a Kurita commander takes a unit and attacks a mercenary base. Not only a mercenary base, one of the biggest and largest, most well-armed units in the entire franchise. There's a lot of plot holes here, but you kind of ignore it, just enjoy the game. And as you can tell here, your player character will straight up say, "Yeah, there's more coming."
Jason, this is Rex, code red.
Okay, so now we've got our heavier mechs out. Oh, hang on, I can't see them yet. Ah, there it is. You can send 1v1 each in one, but generally what I like to do is just have them camp out here, block the way, because they want to go over the bridge. You do not want them to go over the bridge, or you fail the mission. Now, the Griffin uses PPC, which is a particle projecting cannon, and an LRM-10 pack. That means he's got a lot of long-range punch. So he's really good at long range, and if you get it in close, he's got okay-ish power. So we just wait for him to come up here. Now, the Oscout and the Panther are both light mechs. So this is kind of a mismatch, assuming we can just, get one of them out quickly. Oh, there's the Oscout. See, incredibly fast. And look at that. He just took a huge amount, almost half his armor in one shot. So this is a incredible mismatch. Look at that. He's almost down. And we're blocking away, so he cannot actually get to the mission. Because he has to be actually... okay. See, he has to actually be on the bridge and on the spot we're blocking in order to get past us. If you block it, they can't. Now, what this means here is his legs are blown off. When you have a gray area on either long range, medium, close, or speed, that means you have nothing there. Speed means your legs are blown off, so you are frozen in place. That could be incredibly crippling to an enemy unit, and the reverse is true. You can really ruin your game, especially if your blown off legs belong to your commanding unit. And unlike some other games, if your main character goes down, that's it, instant game over. Doesn't matter what point of the story you're in. If Jason's unit gets blown up, you are done. You have to replay it. Other ones can be blown up, and there is no true permadeath except for Jason until the clan invasion, which is much later in the game. Now that he's not moving around, he's an easy target. They just need to finish him. And boom. Look at that. A light mech that can't run a gun is a dead light mech. And there it is. Boom. Now we're just waiting for him to come into range. And we suffered very, very light damage, which was great because we need as little damage as possible before the tanks show up. Now, tanks in this game are incredibly powerful, especially since you don't have very strong units early. Oh, I better not cancel those, because here comes the Panther. But tanks in this game are incredibly powerful. You want as little damage done to you before they show up as you can manage. Otherwise, you're going to have it in for a very bad time. Just got to be a little bit patient and wait for him to die. And there it is. Boom. And since he says 14:30 is combat time, well, we've already passed that. We'll have a general available right away. Now, Whitworth is a medium-sized mech. Has a fair little bit of long-range capability, similar to the Griffin, but not as powerful as the Griffin. Now, a little bit of RNG here is if he ejects, you can actually use his mech in the next mission. But again, it's RNG. You can never really be sure. And see, here comes the Locust again. If you get him out early on, you ain't got to worry about him. Now, I don't know why, but this is actually a weird bug showing the fourth mech, even though there is no possible way to have a fourth mech. It may have been leftover coding from whenever they decided that you could just have 4 early on instead of 3.
Jason, this is Kurt, code red.
Here comes the Locust. The Locust will actually die this time. Where's the Whitworth? There's the Whitworth. As you can see, he has moderate, medium, and pretty decent stats all around. It is a medium mech, so it's not terribly much to look at. The Locust is probably going to die in one shot, honestly. He's really, really banged up.
Jason, this is Rex. Over.
Now he's dead. And here comes the RNG part. To get the Whitworth to eject, he probably has to get. I think he has to get around 60% left. That's usually when he ejects. It's rare. I don't think it's rare to get. I think it's rare otherwise to get him higher than that. And there it is. He ejected. Now you have a much better chance of surviving the next mission. And see, here it is. You get access to the Whitworth if the pilot ejects. Now here I like to get incredibly defensive because those Rommel tanks will mess you up. They are incredibly strong. Actually, put them over here. The tanks, the APC tends to go over the bridge. At least he's supposed to go over the bridge. So you want to block access again, just like with the other mechs. Whoops. Give me in a cube format, or square format rather, because you want them all close together.
Jason, this is Kurt, code red.
Block access. As you can see here, incredibly strong armor. And if you get real close to you, you're going to feel the pain.
Jason, this is Kurt, code red.
And here's the other tank. This is actually really good RNG here, honestly. Oh, he's dead. He is dead. But that was incredibly good RNG, honestly. Like, I've played this game for many times over 30 years.
Jason, this is
that's
Kurt,
the best
over.
RNG I've seen in a long time. And they are fleeing. Oh, and look at that. We got the APC. We busted it.
Jason, this is Kurt, over.
I think the only thing you really need to do in the mission is just take out the APC. Everything else will run. Yep, there it is. Easy. Okay, so now we're at the Calhoun base. Okay, so here's a interesting. Okay, this mission has interesting implications. Firstly, you're going to look for listen kill missiles, which are missile upgrades that help home in on enemy mechs. One of the implications is you can actually complete this mission earlier than you should. And the other one is it actually affects your loadouts for the next couple of missions. Because first you get the SRM ones, which are short-range missiles, which means any mech you get access to that has SRMs on it will be automatically equipped with it. But if you go the long path on it, you can actually get access to long-range listen kill missiles. It takes a lot longer to load those, but it can actually be a very interesting upgrade for you over the next few missions because you do not have access to SRM missiles normally because you took the LRM options when you were equipping your mechs early on. Rather, when you picked your mechs, you only picked ones that had LRMs. The SRM ones were light mechs, and they're also very liable. Now, the urban mech is an incredibly slow mech. This is a light mech, but it's also extremely slow. On the other hand, it's actually got really strong close-range power. It's just, it's always been kind of a meme mech. Just, kind of a joke mech. Even though later on it got some really funny stuff added to it. So let's speed up and get them all in position. Now, your mechs are automatically moving over there. Now, being urban mechs, they're actually pretty good. They'll get rid of a lot of these. Unless you put them out and put them into a really stupid position, the urban mechs will be automatically just, kill every single infantry that goes near you. Now you speed up time, wait for him to get in position. Yeah, and the truck driver will call out the mech.
Code Red.
No matter, he'll call out the infantry. That's for the rest of your units.
Jason, this is Rex. Code Red. Jason, this is Kurt. Code Red.
Now, being infantry, these will die in one shot to a mech hit. Like, there's no question about it. These infantry are just here for cannon fodder. They're going to die very, very fast. See? Move up, come on. I'm pressing F9 here in order to get closer, get quicker to the enemy. See? And he'll keep saying the same thing over and over. It's honestly okay just to ignore him most of the time. Because most of the time you're only going to be fighting infantry units. You see one battle mech later on, and it's an optional encounter. What you want to do is move one of your mechs over here. That way you get better firing line. And another death. Look at that. Now we're almost at 1745, which is when the first objective is completed. Okay, on max speed settings, it takes about, I think, what, 10 or 15 seconds for a minute to elapse in game time. As you can see here, he's talking about all this terms loaded. Now you want to go to LRNs, but this is where it becomes optional. Now I'm going to take the optional one because it'll be quicker. Instead of automatically going over there, you leave. Whoops. Well, I can just correct it when I get there. It doesn't tell you can do this. You have to actually experiment on your own normally. Since it just says get the listen kill missiles out. Doesn't say you have to get both. And there it is. And everybody's falling back so they can go at it again next day. Now here you see Morgan Kell, who is probably one of the most famous MechWarrior NPCs in the entire franchise, and the actual leader of the Kellhounds for most of the games for most of the settings in game history. Here we're going after a Dragon Mech, which is a heavy class battle mech, and probably the toughest opponent you'll fight up to this point, even about as on the same level as the Rommel tanks. This is where the first major branch in the story missions comes up. I've done both of these in the past. It basically depends on what you find more fun. Here you will be limited to javelins inside a light. Basically, you're trying to you're running it down the lane, but only unlike League, you're not trying to die in the process. You end up being around here, as you can see up near the top middle center where the circle is. That's where you end up coming out on the map. And the big blue one to the left is the dropship. Now here, this is a straight fight, slugfest through here, and you'll have access to your medium mechs. It really is personal preference, but if I remember correctly, this one is actually harder than it seems because you're in light mech, so you have to keep running and running and running and hope the RNG is in your favor, whereas you could fight here. And you start off with allies outside of your own 3 mechs. So we're going to do the gauntlet. And here, okay, so here...
Hawk Leader, this is Smoke Leader. Code Red.
Okay, pause it for a moment. Now here, you actually have timers to work with. You gotta get rid of the enemies outside the base, then move up and hide until you get the designated time. Move your lance up and help the allies. You cannot control this unit, but you can still pull up your stats, pause it, and you put it on slow speed. Here we have a Hunchback, which is incredibly strong close range, as you can tell from the stats. It's a medium mech. You also got another Enforcer just like your own. And you got a Vindicator, which is also a medium mech. So here you got medium mechs versus... You got medium mech versus a Blackjack, which is a medium mech. A Dervish, which is a medium. A Shadowhawk, another medium. And a Rifleman, which is actually a heavy mech, despite the fact it says medium armor. This is actually a heavy mech, and it's actually also got incredibly strong close-range power. The long, medium, and close range are actually kind of mixed up. So move your men up and help them out. This is actually one of the easier missions because you have this is effectively 6 medium mechs against 4. Yeah, see, look at this. They all die very, 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 very fast. Yeah, see, look at this. Under the combined firepower, they die very, very fast. So this is actually an easier mission than the road run.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 2, over.
And the heavy mech went down first, well, second runner. Another one down, and he's gone. He's gone. He can't survive this. Now you're after the big fish. Okay, so what you want to do here is get your people in the cover very, very fast. I'm trying. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I can't remember exactly which spot I'm supposed to go to. I think it's around here. If not, you can always replay your scenario. If you get a game over, you can just replay the scenario or replay the story. But you're supposed to ignore all enemy contact because this is an ambush. Remember correctly, this is the spot you're supposed to go to. And see here, you got every mech, except for your Phoenix Hawk, every mech is at 100%, which is incredibly in your favor. Now let's take a look. This is where you come out on the road run. Now, no matter what, it'll always be only 4 units. The NPC that goes on the road run mission will always die. I don't think there's any way to avoid it. I think it's just hard-coded into the game's script. So now we just wait until 7:30. So we just gotta chill out and, AFK and chill. Okay, here we go. Let's go find the dragon. I can't remember okay, if I remember correctly, he'll be around here somewhere. So move up when Rex tells you to move up. And press F9.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 3, code red.
Okay, pause the game for a moment. Well, slow it down. We have a hatchet man here, which is a medium mech.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 2, code red.
And here comes more of them.
Hawk leader, this
Whoa,
is Hawk
slow
3,
down.
code red.
I know they're all over the place. Come on. Okay, Whitworth, another one like earlier. And there's the dragon. Fire at will because you're not using greenies here. You can use actual experienced units.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 3, over.
Wait, did we already blow up? Who did we blow up? No way. Oh, wow, we insta-killed the dragon. Really? Damn. Okay, that's some seriously lucky RNG because insta-killing the dragon is almost impossible.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 2, over.
Like, it's not even a matter of, scripted or not. It's just a dragon is the toughest opponent you have up at this point, and insta-killing him is unheard of. That's amazingly good RNG. Okay, he's talking about taking much damage, and he's not. Ugh. It's like playing with a fucking ADC that gets love tapped. Ugh. Well, honestly, you can do whatever at this point. You're supposed to wait until 7:30, but I might get the mission complete. Yep, there it is. So if you kill it before 7:30, you have to wait until 7:30 for it to actually finish. Now, Kurita in BattleTech franchises, that is the Japanese XP, which means they are incredibly, very heavily based on the Japanese society, and they in fact are can't say the damn word. They are basically the Japanese faction. Each major faction is based on a different race or culture. If I'm trying to remember correctly, Liao is Chinese, Merrick is Greek, Steiner is German, and Davion is kind of a mix of German and, if I remember correctly, Swedish. It's been so long since I thought about it, but each major great house in BattleTech is based on a different real world ethnicity. And as you can see here, they are using actual Japanese military ranks. Taisa is a natural rank, which is Taisa in the real world is Colonel. Now see here, he's talking shit about the player's father, saying he killed him in a Rochambeau. Okay, now here's where your picking early on can pay off or really hinder you. You want an incredibly fast mech to be able to go up here. This is one of those missions where, okay, so here is the Overlord dropship. That's an Overlord class dropship. What you want to do is get your people over there. If you cannot kill the APC before he gets inside the
Hawk
base,
leader, this is Hawk 3, code red.
Okay, this is what you're looking for. You're looking to kill the mobile headquarters. If you cannot kill the mobile HQ before he gets inside the dropship, your game is effectively over. You will have to replay the scenario until you get rid of him, because it means you have to do a last stand type of scenario. You fight every single surviving mech, and I've never beaten that, so it's probably something you're not supposed to actually be doing. Because they keep harping on the importance of killing that mobile HQ before he gets inside the dropship.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 3, code red.
So what you need is fast mechs that can intercept them.
Hawk leader, this is Hawk 3, code red.
And there it is. Good RNG. And as I was saying earlier, there's a lot of plot holes in this game. The coordinator is the overall leader of the Draconis Combine, which is what you've been fighting the entire time. And he knows that he's got people deep inside enemy territory, attacking one of the biggest and largest mercenary group regiments in the entire franchise. And there's a lot of warning signs here, a lot of red flags on how this should not actually be happening, even by BattleTech standards. So there are a lot of plot holes here. Where you sit, you're being told your next destination, which is inside Kurita territory. And this is where Morgan points out there's a lot of things wrong with what the commander, what Taisai Chun was saying. The player's character is actually important. Well, okay, the player character's father is actually incredibly important because he has a lot of deep information about Steiner security, which is internal security and all that, which is who you start off working for. And this is where you're going, Dirion, a prison planet. You gotta go real slow on the story here because you could actually end up gimping yourself by accident. If you go too fast, and here it is, you can actually choose through 2 or 3 lenses, which changes your unit makeup on the next mission. And this is where you can actually get your first taste of company level command. A company is composed of 3 lances with 4 units in each lance, as in 1 unit per. Sorry, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. The setup is 1 lance is 4 battle mechs per, and that ends up translating to 4 units per. And a company is 3 of these lances together. And then you have a battalion, which is 3 companies. And then you have a regiment, which is 3 battalions. Now, in gameplay terms, you're not going to get that far up. The maximum you get is a company size. So, you can either do double lances or 3 lances. I prefer the 3 lances, honestly, because it gives you extra support in case shit goes wrong. And you will be going against a lot of vehicles and mechs together. So you want to maximize your odds. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier on with branching story paths. You can actually choose which way you go. The way I do it, I ended up doing both on the same playthrough. You do that by taking the shorter distance to get there quicker with more time, but you'll end up fighting more. Versus here, where you want to use this on the way back because it means they can't chase you as easily. So we take this path. Don't forget, there is no permadeath except for Jason until the clan invasion. And you want to protect your Charlie Lance, which is the 3rd Lance, because that's the one you need to keep us alive at all costs. You generally want to move all your units to the same spot at the same time. Takes a little bit longer, but it means that you don't get anybody left behind. Since you have 2 slow Rommel tanks, you need this. You remember how busted the Rommel tanks were early on? Now you get to use that against them.
Hawk Leader, this is Falcon Leader, Code Red.
Now, they call them snakes because of their faction unit crest, which is a dragon. This is a Galleon light tank, which you also have access to. So, it'll die very fast.
Hawk Leader, this is Raven Leader, Code Red. Hawk Leader, this is Raven Leader, over.
I just wish they would stop the spam. I should honestly turn that off because it's incredibly annoying. There. Okay, so there's the Panther like earlier and the Blackjack. Move all your units up. Sadly, there's no group all button where you can just move the entire company at once. You have to do it manually. Okay, and this is a Stinger, which is a light mech. And there's a Rommel tank, the Galleon. Okay, we lost somebody already. This is kind of normal, honestly. If you lose too many units, though, you do want to consider restarting because this. If you got, let's see, yeah, three missions, well, 4 missions on this planet, and you need to keep as many people as you can, including your entire scout lance, which is this lance right here. You need to keep as many of them alive as possible. And you have to protect the APC, because if the APC gets blown up, you're done. These guys are incredibly slow. That's expected of a Rommel tank. Move your heavy lance up real quick. And this is where you clear the mountain. Move everybody up. And there it is. This is why you need to keep him alive as well as the APC. If the APC goes down at any point during this, you are done. You will have to replay. And here's also another optional part, which is actually something they don't tell you this, so you have to discover it on your own or have someone tell you about it. I'm going to have him go over here. What is he? Oh, that's right. He's a... Okay, so he's a light tank, and you can't really go over here. What you gotta do is he cannot go through wood. Alright, so basically what you want to do is have them soften up the resistance, then move them in. Okay, so this should be a safe path. Move these guys up. Okay, gotta wait for them to move up. Actually, move the entire command lance over here. Alright, so here is the optional part. You'll see. Okay, it's a trigger, which is odd. Because it's supposed to trigger. And there it is. It's triggered this time. Alright, so now this is the optional part. You can actually go here and get a mech shop access. What that means is, instead of using vehicles for the next mission, you get to use heavy mechs. The absolute heaviest ones you can actually access at this point in the game. As you can see, yeah, I can be really stupid about passing. Move down here. You need to move one of your lances out so you can actually get in there. And there it is. We are now using Crusader mechs. These are heavy mechs with incredibly strong close range power. And they are brand new, so you get access to them at 100%. Okay, so we're going to Y56. And that, look at this. We have incredibly strong close range and medium range power. So it means most things going near us are going to die horribly. Look at that. See? Look at that. Crumpling already. Drosen heavy hover tank. Skulker tank. Look at that. They are dying very, very fast. Your units are taking a lot of damage early on, though. Here comes the heavy troops. Well, we're out of jump troops. Okay, so now let's get these guys moving. Move everybody over here like before. You want to keep them all in one spot. It lessens the odds that you're going to die horribly. Okay, everybody should be over here now. Move them all down to J39. Move him too. As these are jump infantry, they'll die quick. Keep moving and moving and moving. Go down to Crossroads. BattleTech, as a rule, uses grid-based movement. So basically, you want to move someone around to T11 like this. It's an X and Y axis sort of thing. And this is the prison yard. Keep the APC in reserve. You do not want him to get too close just yet. You have to protect the APC for the most part. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You can lose if the APC gets popped. Replay scenario. You get a chance to keep getting most of these guys out. This is why you do not want to have the APC go too close early on. We will move there. Okay, so that's one of the other lances. They're irrelevant. Okay, and you need. Okay, BattleTech operates well for line of sight. If your units cannot actually see an enemy, they will not actually be able to engage them. So that's why you got to be careful and pay attention to what's going on. Move up. More jumping. Just like before. Let's go ahead and move this unit down while we're getting everybody else and clear it out. Wait, oh shit, I'm already at 50%, that's not good. Gotta get out of there. Ooh, he's really banged up, this is not good. Wait. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't even realize he got his legs blown off. That's why he's not down here. Honestly, you might have to restart. I might have to restart this one just because you need your entire lens to be capable of fighting. Didn't realize his legs got blown off. Damn. Okay, so this is gonna be real dicey to complete. This is really looking bad. Move up, come over there. Keep blasting the wall. It's actually blown up. That might be the wrong one. There we go. Okay, that's the right one. You're supposed to explode. And there it is. And this is here is a jailbreak. This is your only objective to get the APC out. Now, due to forced game mechanics, you're, wait, I think he did get moved down here. He may not have been moved, I'm not sure. I could take a look up here. Okay, he wasn't moved. This is like a fucking turret. This is actually kind of funny, honestly. He's like just sitting there like a turret. A turret, rather. I really need to get some water. Let's get these guys out of here. Whoop, there it is. Okay, these guys are about to explode. And there it is, we can get them out. And speed up time. Wait, why is it not moving? There we go. So basically, he's trying to bait you into a fight because he wants you to fight him. Now the trick here is you do not want to fight him. As much as it would be nice to kick his sorry. As funny as it would be to kick his shit in, you cannot actually win this. First off, while if you can't come out here with 4 heavy mechs, most likely in all occasions they're going to be very, very banged up. Second thing is, he's going to have 4 heavy mechs as well. Not to mention, they're going to be 100%, and they're going to be much stronger than yours. So, you don't fight them. You're not supposed to. What you can do is have your allies bait him. And he'll chase you. He's going to chase you. It's why you take the mountain path. Okay, I think... Looks like the... interesting. Okay, so... Yeah, your second lance is pretty much out of commission. They can't do anything for you. Speed up time while the units are getting in position. Now you have 54 minutes game time to get over there. This is more than enough time. Slow it down. Game time, like this is what I said. Archer, Marauder, which is a 75-ton battle mech. You got another Dragon like earlier. The Archer is 70 tons, and it's also an LRM boat. Yeah, the archer is basically trying to chase you. Now, I'm going off memory here, so I might make some mistakes. But, it's been a long time since I played. Okay, and we're going in here. Making sure everything's alright. Check the APC and keep moving. And they are engaging the mech. Wow. And something else to note is you cannot stay in one spot because there are aerospace fires strafing. Alright, I'll move up in a second. I'm just checking something real quick. Alright, move up units. Okay, let's look at the map. Yeah, you want to go through it here. Take a little shortcut. Because you're avoiding enemy contact this way. Gotta be careful where you're going, so you end up running into enemy units. Interesting. Yeah, he's got two Marauders. Those are some of the best, most iconic mechs in the game. The entire franchise, rather. Keep moving your unit up. Keep moving in pairs. Okay. Okay, 45 minutes left on game time. Go to the mountain path on the way out, you almost almost never see any enemy teammates. Let's take a look here. We're almost to the destination. We're just here where we started. Have them go to here, then here, then there. Wow, they actually killed a marauder. One of them, anyway. Who is he after? Oh shit, he's after Rex. Okay, yeah, he'll chase you into here. Interesting. Interesting. I don't remember it being possible to actually beat him. They may just be ignoring him. What is this? The pathing can be really bad here. So you have to do a lot of manual targeting. Alright, move them up. We're almost done with this mission. It even tells you need to get there. And here we go. Final dash. Mission complete shortly. Wow. And there it is. Mission complete. Alright, so here he is complaining about getting, not being able to fight you one more time. And there it is. Your father was, in fact, alive the entire time. Alright, so now we have a major story jump here. Or time skip. Here, with the two major houses become one. The blue and the yellow ones on the map here are blue is House Steiner, yellow is House Davian. They become one and become a huge superpower for most of the game's storyline for the next 20 years at this point. And here the Federated Commonwealth is one, as you can see, with this huge blob. As you can see here, there's a new faction in between Krita, which is in red, and the Federated Commonwealth. That's the Free Razorhag Republic, which in setting was created as a little bit of a buffer zone between the House Steiner at the time and House Krita. And here it's talking about the War of 3039, which is one of the biggest wars before the clan invasion. As you can see here, there's a blinking icon indicating activity. And look at that. New Avalon Institute of Science has discovered how to make listen and kill missiles on a massive scale. Unfortunately, Krita got a hold of ECM, so the listen and kill missiles are dead. They're useless. By the ominous tone, bad things are about to happen. As you can see here with the gray blob, this is the clan invasion. The clan invasion is one of the most popular and biggest impacting events in the entire BattleTech in-setting history. They are descendants of people who got the fuck out of the inner sphere 250 years ago. They are pissed off. As you can see, 30 mech regiments are taken down. Now, put that in perspective, let's do a little quick math. Like I said earlier, a company is 12 units. Traditionally, they define a company as 12 battle mechs. It can get kind of muddied up when you start factoring stuff like tanks, infantry, and all that. So we're just using a base figure of 12 mechs. And that's one company is 12 mechs. So let me just write this down real quick, so I don't mess up my math. 12 for company. You got 3 companies inside a battalion. And then you have 3 battalions inside a regiment. So that's, hold on here, 108 mechs inside a regiment. That should be right. Alright, so 30 mech regiments times 108. They cut down 3,000 mechs, over almost 3,300. That's how fucking strong the clans were. And the clans did not fuck around. They were very, very strong mechs. They just had some really bad drawbacks. Mostly because they adhered to the concept of clan honor, meaning they always went for the 1v1 instead of the 5v1 or whatever. Not to mention, but basically, due to Deus Ex Machina, or basically in this case, as it says here, 3050, there was a minor victory. What that meant was that their Ilkong, which is the supreme commander of all the clan invasion forces, he died, so they had to fall back and get a new guy. As you can see here, the gray blob increases, means the clans are still taking worlds. Now the clans are back, and they're even more pissed off. Now we have access to even more mechs and technology. These are the 3050 upgrades, mostly based off old lost tech that became more rampant after the events of the Great Death Legion. Alright, now that the music stopped playing, I can actually talk over it. Unfortunately, you cannot adjust the sound level of the music. Now, here, we have access to a lot of heavy mechs for your command lance. At this point in the game, you can put your heaviest mechs on your command lance. You cannot really do otherwise. Since the fire lance... when you pick a lance, you have to assign mechs, otherwise you cannot exit out until you've done it. Here we have the Marauder, which is upgraded with a Gauss rifle, 2 medium pulse lasers, case, which protects your ammo, and protects your internal structure from explosions in other compartments, and double heat sinks. He also has medium pulse lasers and ERPPCs, which gives it a very strong long-range power in combined with the Gauss rifle. The medium pulse lasers are from close range. Now, as I said before, you want to put your player character, which is Youngblood, in the heaviest stuff you can get. Normally, this would be the Marauder, but I've always loved the Warhammer, so I always end up putting him in the Warhammer. It doesn't really matter the assignments, what you do here, but generally speaking, you want to have as much heavy firepower in your unit as you can. Warhammers are 70 tons, Marauders are 75, the Shadowhawk is 55, and Riflemen are 60 tons. Okay, so Fire Lance, the same thing applies. You want your commanders in the heaviest stuff you can give them. So we put him in the Rifleman, and now we have 2 Griffins to deal with. You got the Griffin Plus, which has ERPC and LRM-20, and a small laser for backup, or the Griffin Asterisk, which has a large pulse, LRM-20, and a small laser. So you want to keep that PPC around. PPCs are very strong. Put another Griffin in there, and you got a 45-ton Phoenix Hawk to round it out. So here we have the Phoenix Hawk and pretty much light lance. So you want to give her the Phoenix Hawk, give him the Jenner, and here's really personal taste. The Wasps are 20 tons, however. The Commandos are 25. They have very small things. You do want to have the BAP around. The BAP is Beagle Active Probe, which helps you find hidden mechs a little bit faster because it looks for heat signatures. And the Wasp are kind of crappy, honestly. There's very minor differences here. One's got case, it's crap. It's honestly it's just garbo. There's no point in taking it. Same with the Wasp. Now, the Commando here is actually not bad. It's similarly designed to this. It's got 2 medium lasers instead of 2 small ones, and no Beagle, but it has case, which allows it to, have a little bit more resilience if it takes a bad hit. Honestly, most of this is personal preference, but this is just where I roll most of the time. It's effective when it gets you the rest of the game, especially if you play it a few times. You understand how certain areas react. So look over it one more time. You have a lot of firepower. A lot of these mechs can show up again later on when you get access when you need to replenish your units, because you will lose people. That's just part of the game. You will lose people, and it changes how the ending plays out. And exit. Okay, so basically at this point, it's just basically running around and doing, training missions. Now these are actually honestly quite boring the first few times you've done them, They're mostly just getting you a good idea what's coming up next for mission types, and basically showing you how to do them. So what we're going to do is we're going to quit the scenario, load game, because I saved games a while back, and clear Arc Royal. And here we are going to the Battle of Luthien, which is one of the biggest points of the clan invasion during the story. Rather, during the BattleTech franchise story. It was honestly the point where the clans realized they were incredibly weak relatively speaking. Alright, so now here we go with a branching thing. As you might have seen there was a named NPC calling for help in the previous text box before I moved to this point. Now, interestingly enough, that's actually the player character from the MechWarrior Warren game that was also released around the same time as Crescent Hawks Revenge. So it's basically your player character in here is trying to save your other player character from MechWarrior. Now, what's interesting here is there's actually a lot of plot holes. First, Kaesong is a ghost bear planet. The clan units you are fighting in this game are actually Smoke Jaguar, which brings to mind exactly what are the Smoke Jaguar units doing on a ghost bear world, and why are you fighting them instead of ghost bears? So that puts up a very interesting conundrum on exactly what is going on where you're fighting Smoke Jaguar instead of Ghost Bear. Most likely what was going on is during the development they weren't really thinking about that much. They just wanted to have a generic clan enemy, so they used the Smoke Jaguar logo, but you're supposed to be it's probably implied that you're fighting Ghost Bear. They just didn't want to put in extra unit insignias. So here you have two choices: drop your lance, which means you got a 4v5 situation, or you can land your ship and get have even more to fight with. It's honestly player choice, but if you remember correctly, dropping the lance tends to be better to land a ship, but either way the story is not minorly changed. So we'll drop the lance. Okay, so your units here. Okay, and here are the clan units. You got a Griffin, and you cannot save your player unit at all. It's possible to save him. He is scripted to die. Okay, so here we have Griffin, another Griffin. Yeah, okay, we have 3 Griffins here, a Phoenix Hawk, and 4 Griffins. Now, to pause it a moment. Let me just, okay. Alright, so interestingly enough, It's not outright said, but it's more than likely these are not actually enhanced units of Inner Spirit mechs. These may actually be the clan upgrades. They do not actually tell you this, but these may actually be the clan versions, which are different from quote unquote enhanced versions of Inner Spirit mechs. Mechanically here, they are using Inner Spirit mechs, but story-wise, it's more than likely they're actually using the clan versions. Now, the clan versions are often heavier, different weight classes. Actually, let me go check it real quick. Okay, let me pull it up. So we got 3 Griffins there. Okay. Actually, the Griffin was a lighter mech than the Inner Spirit version. Never mind. The Griffin 2. So we have 3 Griffins there, which are 3 medium mechs at 40 tons apiece. You got a Phoenix Hawk there. Now, the Phoenix Hawk, it shows it as medium because it's using Inner Spirit designation, but in reality, the Phoenix Hawk 2 clan is... Let's see here. Pull up Sarna. Yes, this is actually an assault mech, which means here it should actually be much more of a threat. That's probably honestly why they did not include Clan 2 designs, because those things are fucking strong. Having to jump, come down and deal with a fucking assault mech. Yikes. Not to mention that there are a lot of clan technology here that's not actually being used properly. So here we got the 2 clan Phoenix Hawk, which in theory is what you're actually fighting here, instead of just a medium upgrade Phoenix Hawk. Honestly, I've heard that some people have modded this game, so there's probably a mod out there that changes the clan units on K-Song, and it probably enables actual realistic unit compositions instead of generics. So move your lance up. Cancel that order. Now you gotta be careful. They have a lot of fucking power here, because they're using the same mechs you are for the most part. But then again, like I said, these are technically the wrong mechs. That Phoenix Hawk should be an assault. The assault mechs are the heaviest of the heavy mechs. Alright, so in the Ark Royal missions, which I skipped over, you actually get shown how to use different functions of the dropship uplink. Here you get to see the intelligence one, which tells you which direction the enemy units are going and which coordinate they're at. You can also call strafing, which can be useful depending on which map you're on. You can also call strafing. You can also view the satellite map. Here you can see where your units are marked in gray. Here, these are the clan units. They are blue, as opposed to the red of the Draconis Combine. And the satellite zoom will pause the action completely and tell you which ones where the units are that you can actually see. If your units are not in scanning range, you will not be able to get a good read on them. Oh, and there you go. Your unit died. Okay, so replay scenario. Like I said, Vandenberg will always die. There is no saving him at all. He is also a generic, unupgraded Phoenix Hawk for some reason. Yeah, you can get popped really easily, sadly. Okay, so you can replay the story and get another chance to change how things go. really depends on how good you are at the game. Sometimes, you know, you can get easily done with the Lance. Sometimes it's better with the company. Honestly, it's really player preference and skill. I think I've always had trouble with that one, doing it without the company. Because those clan maps are really fucking strong. I feel like the upgrade versions that they claim they're using here are not actually truly upgraded. They may actually be stronger than what you guys use. Doesn't look like you guys can see them. Get them all on fire. Well, you can trust their units for the most part here. Youngbug seems to just be a fucking magnet for damage, honestly. Yeah, as you can tell from the player character, clan warriors are no joke. They are genetically bred to be superior. Okay, so now here comes the recon lance. And there it is. And here you witness the death of your player character from Mech Warrior. So there again, you can choose which way to go. You can either give up the town and let the clans overrun it, or you can stay and kick their asses. Me, I usually go for that option. So, you know, it's completely optional. Okay, so here we got generic black. See, here we have a Marauder. More than likely, this is not meant to be an actual generic Marauder. This is most likely meant to be the Assault Class Marauder 2 clan version. Now that one is a nasty customer, and then the Mech Warrior Online is actually a really good mech there. So this is most likely meant to be the Assault Class Marauder. More Phoenix Hawk and Blackjack. Now, I don't remember a Blackjack. Let me see if there's a Blackjack 2 clan. I don't remember that one. Okay, so the only 2 version is actually an Inner Spear. Oh, it's an Omni-Mech, right? Inner Spear. And your player character dies. Yep, this is what happens when you fail when you lose the mission here. The city goes into ruins. You get captured by the clans, and you're considered MIA. All right, move everybody in cube formation. Protect your leader. Move everybody else up. Focus fire. Everything goes nicely here. Okay, they have one land dead. Okay, let's take a look over here. Yep, here's their heavy stuff. The Marauder. I think it's a Griffin. Yeah, Griffin. It's hard to tell. You barely see the blue. Yeah. Have it on 1 speed. Let's see. Blackjack. Alright, let's speed up time. And that Marauder just crumpled. Just fell apart. And there it is. Okay, see, okay, if you succeed here, all of your living mechs get free repaired. And you got your Kellhound Captain pretty pissed off at you, but he's gonna let Morgan deal with you when you get the Luthien. Yeah, and you get Morgan Kellhound upset at you. Here you get lucky because he's got a valid point. What if the clan showed up while you were dicking around on K-Song? And he eases up on you because you try to save Vandenberg. Okay, so he's talking about the Kellhounds and Wolf Dragoons. Now the Wolf Dragoons are really interesting people, actually. The reason why they're interesting is because they're actually clan units. They were meant to be clan infiltration unit who decided to turn on the clans due to varying reasons. So instead of scouting out the inner spear for the clan invasion, which will come about 50 years after they first showed up, they decided, screw them. We'll help the inner spear because the clans are fucking nuts. It does not mention it in this game, but the clan invasion was greatly hindered by the Wolf Dragoons turning on them. They used to be a clan Wolf unit, and they decided at some point just to help the inner spirit against the clans. Okay, this is where at this point in the game you can actually change your personnel and your mechs out. Unfortunately, you can't do it for a while yet. And honestly, the next few missions are just incredibly boring and very, very dicey. You would end up having to replay over and over just to make sure your units don't all die. And you get to meet your old enemy again. So let's move up on people again. Get everybody into position here. You gotta get used to this map because this is one you're gonna be seeing a lot later on. It's the first mission on Luthien, and it's also where the last mission of Luthien takes place. What is my scout lance doing? Okay, I better move him out this way, honestly. Now here is where you actually start seeing true clan mix. You do not want them trying to fight those elementals alone. Those elementals can't actually take down an entire lance by themselves. They are look at it. See, they are much stronger than the jump infantry and regular infantry you've been fighting up until this point. Okay, so it puts you in medium mechs as well as a few lights. Some of them are upgraded, some aren't. You get a generic wasp, and you got an upgraded wasp. And this is actually where the hardest part of the game is, because you need to keep your mechs here alive as much as possible. Here we're just fighting elementals, which are the clan foot soldiers. They're also fucking freaks of nature. Yeah, here it is. Clan mechs are now reported. Alright, just gonna hold here a minute, check some things. Alright, so clan mechs are coming. Okay, and you cannot actually command the ammo carrier. Oh, okay, and it can randomly jam, so you gotta be patient. Wait 1 minute in game. Okay, nope. It's kind of random on when it will jam up, so you gotta be careful. Okay, here comes more elementals. Yep, it's off the pilot. Oh, and there's a Puma. Puma is the Inner Spirit code name for the Adder, which is the actual clan name. Now, at this point in the game, if a unit dies, they are dead. They are not coming back. You know, there is no magic hand waving. They're not ejecting. They are done. This is where permanent death, really starts being felt. You can get permanent death in the Kaesong missions, because that's the earliest opportunity where if a unit dies, they are not able to come back. Okay, uplink is still jammed. Unfortunately, we cannot tell what's going on with the Atlantis. They are very far out from us. Oh shit! Oh, actually, they're really close to us. Let me look. Yes, they have a recon lens that's extremely close to us. It's like right on top of our coordinate. Okay, they're south of us. So, we gotta be careful. And there's the lance. Okay, it looks like that lance is still not considered dead yet. Okay, so now they're getting out. They're Okay, as you can tell, this is an incredibly pain in the ass mission. So, interesting enough, the story can continue regardless of what's going on here. They still can't put in new personnel or... Alright, so... Here is basically you gotta hide for a bit. If I remember correctly, this is the best spot to hide in. Oh, for the love of... I really do not like the pathing here, honestly. There's no reason for it to be just, daft. Whoop! Well, there goes my entire scout lance. It sucks, but this is just part of the game. It's possible to get all of your units surviving to the end game mission, but it's actually really hard. Because you are in light mechs fighting off against some of the client's fucking toughest shit. Most likely, considering this is, just showing off the game and everything and not going for a maximum possible result, there's not going to be a lot of saving and reloading. I'm just going to play it out, just to show the story and all that. So basically, wait until we get the pop-up from the assault lance, which should be in 1 minute game time. And here it is. You have to keep your assault lance alive, otherwise you're screwed. Remember correctly, this is where you go to get out. Oop, here comes the Puma. Ah, damn it. Alright, well, that's... Yep. Man, what's this? Oh, the music is off. Weird. Did I turn it off? I don't remember doing that. Wasn't paying much attention, I guess. Let's see if we can hide over here. Oh, bad idea! That was the wrong way to go! Oops. Okay, so let's do this then. Yeah, basically you have to hide until the assault lance shows up to come and save you. Wow. Here's the problem. Those Pumas are incredibly fucking fast, and they will get your ass. So, you gotta be real careful when you do that. So these missions, these string of missions, the first ones on Luthien are actually some of the hardest in the entire game because you are put at a severe disadvantage and permadeath is enforced. So you gotta be incredibly careful. I have no idea why they're still jumping around. Now let's see if I can remember which way you're supposed to go a certain way, which keeps them from catching you. Let me look at the map. Okay, the map is here. As you can see here, there are 12 mechs in the field. So what I may need to do is just use strafing to get them out. Make it a little easier to get out. As you can see here, it's an aerospace fighter strafing through. Now you have to be careful with the aerospace fighters because they are going so fast, they will not be able to tell your mechs apart from the enemy team. So friendly fire, or as it's known here, very unfriendly fire. Okay, so let's take a look over here. Oh, Clan mech found us. Bad idea. We gotta get out of here. As you can tell here, they are using upgraded battle mechs. They really need to keep moving. Okay, let's see if we can get over here. Now I'm using slowest settings because I may need to make quick reactions. Whoop. Yeah, look at that, see? Okay, we got one Puma. The Puma chasing us is very, very low. He may die shortly. Okay, we lost our second mech. Damn. That's okay, though. Let me just pause this for a moment. I gotta respond to something. Okay, so let's keep moving. These guys gotta keep going. Oh, crap. They're stuck here, aren't they? Okay, it's been a very long time since I've done this stretch, so what you need to do is get your assault lance up here. Yep, we lost another unit. Oh, shit! Well, that's random. Okay, so what we need to do is move the assault lance up. Oh, okay, it's jammed again, so I cannot get strafing down. However, if you know the coordinates from during the fight before, you can figure out where you need to put them. You want to get rid of... you want to get rid of this Puma Lance very fast. They will cause you great problems otherwise. Okay, so now we got 8 minutes game time before he shows up again. Let's see if we can get... Nope, cannot get... Need to figure out where they're at. Yeah, see, the fire list has shown up as unknown. There we go. Okay, so they are definitely being attacked. At least they should be. Okay, here we go. Call it down. There we go. You got another one that's coming in from the upper right. You can see the blue dots moving around indicating the clan units. Now let's take a look here. Okay, when they're at scanning range, you can't tell what percentage they're at, but if you look at them and if you know what they're supposed to be shown on the long and all that, you can get a good guesstimate. Okay, since we're bombing this here, it'll be coming in like a cross, so it'll be going to this vertically and horizontally on that. Horizontally, it'll be going on this spot. Vertically, however, it'll be hitting him too. Let's take a look here. Does not look like anything's changed, unfortunately. Okay, so our assault lance is here again. You gotta protect them too. They are the heaviest units you can actually access right now, but you gotta protect them. Okay, I put the jam so I cannot check and see what's going on. Okay, now let's see if we can figure out which way we're supposed to actually go. Remember, you have to avoid the clans. Okay, and he's in a battle master, which is incredibly slow, but hey, it's got a lot of power. Oh-ho, we got a Puma down. We may have to get out of this time. Haha, we made it! Sweet! Wait, why is he... Well, scenario completed. We got out. Okay, so now we can actually add people to our unit. Now, it's actually really random what the pilot pool is, so you gotta take what you can get. Veteran, but good gunning is actually pretty. Okay, so I don't remember the exact which one's better, but generally speaking, you want as little green units as you can get. So take this guy, and you can leave the other guy because there's no need for him. You already got one. You only lost one person. Your scout launch is pretty much, at this point, your scout launch is no longer in the game. Even if they survive, you will always be given access to an assault lance. And here we got, the mechs are also random, depending on, they will be random each time you reload the save. So it can be worth it sometimes to do some little save game manipulation to try to get good combos. Briefing room. Now you have access to your heavy mechs again. If all four of your people survived, if all four people in your command lance survive, you will have access to all of those mechs. Otherwise, you will have to replace as many as you need to. Alright, hold on. I'll start it up in a minute. I really need to get some water. Alright, I am back and able to drink now. Alright, slow down time. Okay, so this is a defense mission. Remember correctly, you want to go over here. This is one of the best defensible spots. Move all your units there. Okay, and that Battle Master is fully repaired, so I think what happened why I couldn't command him before was because he got legs blown off or something. Usually when a unit is unresponsive like that, that means they can actually be commanded. So look at it. Intelligence. Okay, notice you cannot call artillery or strafing. Oh, that's why you're supposed to go here. It's the command center. Yeah, see? Blackhawk, okay. Okay, so here we have the Nova. This is okay. The Inner Spirit calls it the Blackhawk. I don't think it's ever explained why, unlike some. But this is actually the Nova, which is actually one of the most incredibly strong medium mechs that the clans have. Here, okay, in the manual for this game, it actually uses the layout of the Nova Prime, but in game it's actually a different setup. So you're not dealing with 12 medium lasers being shoved down your throat. I know Sarna's Wikipedia page shows what the loadouts were for the clan mechs used. Let me go take a look real quick. Let's take a look. Where is it? Okay, that's not. I'm gonna take a look at it. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna keep pause until I can pull this up. Let's see. Mix, feature bad mix. I know it should say it. I need to find it. This is so strange. I know it should say it. Okay, this might take a moment. Sorry. So early odd. I've never seen it listed here before. Hmm. Ah, here it is. I was looking on the wrong page. Okay, so for Clan Mechs, the Puma is using the LRM-20 setup. The alternate configuration A. Okay, it's the closest. It says most resemble, so that's probably what it's meant to be. Blackhawk is using alternate configuration C, which is Gauss rifle, SRM-4, a small pulse laser. All right. And the Mad Cat, which is the Timberwolf, it shows up here too. I don't think it shows up on this mission. I think it shows up on the next one. It shows up as the final, as the only mech you fight in the final mission. Here you just set up a killing field over and over. Yep, here comes more. Oh, we lost somebody. We lost somebody from the fire lance. Nope, we lost one of our big guys. Whoops. Wow, they're just going right through us. We lost another fire lance. Oh, fire lance. Oh shit. We are hemorrhaging people now. Oh well. Okay, so basically the coordinator is Takashi Kurita, and he's the top dog in the entire Draconis Combine, and this means he's directly engaging the clans. That was something big about Kuritos. They adhered to an improved version of Bushido, the ancient warrior code of Japan, that defined Japanese society from the time of the Kamakura shogunate, which was the first shogunate, to actually the end of World War II. And even today, you can still see elements of Bushido in Asian society. It's not just Japanese society anymore, but that's something to debate for another time. House Kurita, the Draconis Combine, adheres to Bushido in the setting. Okay, so now we got to replace more people. Put the best ones on your fire lance, and well, not your fire lance, but put the rookie there. Put the best guys in your command lance, and hopefully you got the mechs to put them in. Oh, look at that! We got a replacement Marauder. Unfortunately, it means we cannot. Yeah, we have a pilot that cannot be put into. But we have a replacement Marauder now. And we finally get access to artillery. Alright, so basically, I'm trying to remember how to do this particular mission. I think we are supposed to go to one spot and just camp out, like always. You know, I just keep them around here. Group up. Until we can figure out where the artillery is coming from. Okay, so now we have to... Okay, here is where we go. Look at that. There's a lot of mechs coming through. So what we're going to do is this should get them. Speed up time, and let's go. Aha, here, this is where they're coming in. This is probably where you meant to be bombing them. Okay, call barrage. And just, pucker up. It's gonna hurt, buddy. Oh, hey, look. Aha. This is where you're actually supposed to be bombing. You get rid of that medium lance real fast. Okay, so the Adder is a light mech. The Adder is the Puma here. The Nova is a light mech, and the Mad Cat, the Timberwolf, is a heavy mech. It's also one of the most iconic mechs in the entire game. Oh shit! They are actually bombing us. Crap. That is not good. We lost a lot of people on that one. Ouch. Grouping up is a bad idea. They tell you don't, that they're using artillery. Oh shit, here we go, Mad Cats! These are the toughest opponents in the entire game. Okay, and their command lance is down. Interesting. Everybody's 100%. So what killed them? Must have been just really bad shots. Okay, looks like the, yeah, looks like they did a lot of damage to him. Oh, crap. Okay, so, unlike before, if Chun dies here, hey, you don't get game over. He's expendable now. Yeah, here comes the Mad Cats. Well, there's another guy dead. Yeah, we lost another commander. It should be, yep, this is the last lance. Yeah, we are hemorrhaging units like crazy here. Yep, here we go. This should actually be the last mission. Replace people again. Yeah, your final list is completely dead. So, no point trying to do anything for him. Wow, look at this. Well, we get to go out in style. Now we have a Battle Master. This should be the last mission. Yep, here it is. And here we go. Last mission. You get the same assault lance as before, only this time, it's Killhounds instead of Kurita. So what you want to do here is move everybody you have left at this point here. Your best option is to not try to go hunt and kill them. You want to camp out. You want to wait for them to come to you, because they will come to you. Now, in the best case scenario, you will still have everybody from your fire lance alive. Unfortunately, as you can see in this run, it was not possible. So, oh, okay, the uplink is jammed, so we can actually tell where they're at. But in the best case scenario, it is in fact possible to have almost every single unit of your company alive. It just takes a lot of game knowledge. For a casual run like this, I didn't try to do my best to keep everybody alive. I just wanted to show the story and all that. Okay, here we go. We got to see what's going on here. Okay, looks like we got 4 Mad Cats here. You got 4 Pumas there. Can actually get some of these people off our asses here by just calling strafing. Yep, look, here we go. As before, you cannot actually tell whether or not they're being damaged, or rather, you cannot tell how much damage they suffered without a unit in range that can scan them. So you have to wait. Hopefully, they have been damaged. Now, the commanding unit will come through here, to the southwest area. Let's take a look here. Does not look like they're probably around, I think, 70% at this point. They have an incredible amount of armor. They have assault level armor, so they take a lot of damage. Oh, we got one. Sweet. That's one less Mad Cat on our asses. Even if you cannot actually see them, you will be told when one is destroyed. Thanks to AI being stupid, they'll just stand there over and over until you blow them up or you trigger them in order for them to come after you. Oh. Here we want to realign the strafing. And it's jammed. Oh well. Alright, so and here it is, the commander's lance. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, okay. He's going to be making towards where we put our units earlier. Okay, so we got to keep waiting until we can see where everybody's at. Here it is. Command lance is going north. There they are. Let's see if we can get some aerospace fire support. Whoop, look at that. And go. Explode them all. Okay, so it's kind of random, but you can actually win the game by popping the right one. I don't actually know which one's supposed to be the right one, but you can actually win the game if you kill the commander's mech early on. Oh, let me stop the strafing, because that's really overpowering me. And there it is. Now, if I remember correctly, they don't actually do this. Clan children are, well, it's complicated. What this implies here is that the Galaxy Commander has children that were not done through test tube, which means they're freeborn, and freeborn tend to be really shit on by clans, versus the ones that are bred in test tubes, which are called trueborn. Now, if I remember correctly, this was not actually a clan tradition. They didn't run around killing free-birth children. So this is actually something. It's a plot hole and grossly inaccurate to actually what's going on. But it can be attributed to basically, inner spirit rumors about what the clans actually were. So it's not a plot hole, and more like really brilliant design on that one. Now, this right here, the comment about clan being bonded to, that actually is accurate to clan lore. Generally speaking, in clan versus clan combat, when one clan loses to another, the surviving warriors are often taken in as bondsmen, which basically means slaves. It's a little bit, it's one or two steps above slavery, but it's slavery. However, unlike slavery, they can actually earn a place in their new clan. So it's kind of a bit more complicated than just calling it slavery, but it's probably the simplest way to describe it. Now here they actually got Ilkon. I think they have Ilkon spelled wrong. So there's actually quite a few typos here. Like Takashi, it's not spelled Teskashi or however the hell you're supposed to pronounce it. It doesn't have that extra S in it. And here they got Ilkon spelled wrong. And it's interesting that how they don't say what the name of the Ilkon is, because it was actually an important plot point who the new Ilkon was after Leo Showers, the previous one who died at Razorhage, was after Leo Showers died, they elected a new one, which is explained earlier on before the clan invasion starts here. But it's actually an incredible, really big plot point in the BattleTech story, who it was that he elected. But unfortunately, that's outside the scope of this game. But what I suggest is, to anybody who views this, go to Sarna.net and look up the clan invasion in Leo Showers and Ulrich Kerensky. Those are two of the biggest figures in the clan invasion. Okay, and here, the ending changes depending on how many of your people died and how many of them survived. If everybody survived, the surviving members will receive the Bushido Blade, or the dragon goes to all your surviving commanders. In this case, it's just your player character, who has to survive above all other costs. And normally you would see, in a maximum effort save, you would see your Fire Lance commander and your Scout Lance commander receiving this as well. Now here, this is where everybody who died gets a medal. Whoops, and I accidentally double-clicked it. It's okay though. It basically would have been a list of every single person who died between the start of the Luthien campaign and the final battle. And here you get the congratulations speech. Yeah, and this is meant to be a sequel hook, but there was no Crescent Hawks 3, and it's pretty much this is pretty much the end of the story. Yeah, and the Melissa he references is actually Melissa Steiner Davian, another important figure in the story of BattleTech. She's actually the head of the Federated Commonwealth alongside her husband Hans Davian. Yes, and unfortunately, this is also another plot hook that never gets picked up in the rest of the story, rest of the game here. Gideon's daughter Maria. You never actually meet her, nor do you ever see anything else. And here it is, the ending. It talks about how you start off on Pacifica, create an invasion, fight to create a more and more revenge, then go to save them during the Battle of Luthien. But, however, at some point during the rest of the story, post clan invasion, the Crescent Hawks do come back out of retirement. They do get reactivated. And here it just talks about training instructor and all that. And here, in the battle simulator, you're basically given elite pilots with excellent gunnery skill. And here it is. Unfortunately, the only scenario you get is just basically 12v12 or up to 4v. It could be a 4v4, 1v5, or any sort of combination. It's up to 12 versus 12 combat. You can also you can choose the enemy company, and you can choose a friendly company, and you can also extra dots and all that. Now, let's see. Okay, here I'll just show. Whoops. You can actually use a playable Mad Cat. Let's just do Mad Cat versus this. You do not have access to shoulder coordinate, the artillery, but you do have access to strafing. Let's speed this up. Unfortunately, at this point, the only thing left is pretty much that, doing that over and over. And for some reason, instead of the Locust model we saw early on, at the beginning of the game, it uses a Jenner model now, which is, really strange. Okay, we'll just move him out, and, pretty much one shot this Jenner. Well, Locust. Now, the Mad Cat is slow, but it's probably the strongest unit in the entire game. It has an incredible amount of firepower. Even the normal mechanical default version is insanely strong. Yeah, look at that. Okay, at this point you cannot actually load a game or anything. But when you have a completed game, you can actually see it on the load screen. You might have actually noticed it earlier on when I skipped the Ark Royal missions. So that's Crescent Hawks Revenge. A very fun game, and it's also one, like I said at the beginning of the session, it's one of the earliest examples of an RTS. It's also inspired, or rather, it came out around the same time as Dune 2, which both combined with Dune 2 and Crescent Hawks Revenge gave us, by the same company, it gave us Command & Conquer. And those three combined ended up opening the door to games like StarCraft, Warcraft, and all sorts of real-time strategy. Were it not for these three games, we probably would not be seeing this kind of thing. And it's also one of the earliest BattleTech games. So, that's Crescent Hawks Revenge. Thank you for watching.